The CEO of Prosper Trading Academy is going to chat with us a little bit about the chip maker, Scott. Look, it's near the highs, it's not at them, but it's still been on a nice run for the year, Scott. So what do you think for Broadcom?
I love the contrarian viewpoint on this one, and I'm going to take it, and I'll tell you why. The contrarian being to the upside. Lately, over the last week, 10 days or so, very, very heavy put buying. In fact, the put-call ratio over the last week is about as high as it's ever been in Broadcom. It's about 1.1 to 1, meaning for every call, there's 1.1 puts trading. So basically 10% more puts trading.
Okay.
That's pretty bearish right there. However, I look at this and think about everything that your guest just talked about, and I love the upside here. This thing bounced off of some really good support back when it hit 280 just a short while ago, and I think that the worst is kind of baked in here. All the concern, all the trepidation about moving forward, China, this, that, and the other. Unless they come out and absolutely lower guidance moving forward, I see this stock moving higher. Okay,
so hey, by the way, as we're talking here, Scott, keep an eye on the market because stocks just jumped. I see a headline here that Trump advisors are considering an interim China deal to delay tariffs. So right now you've got the equity market popping. Look, we were up on the day. The Russells turned back positive. I'm going to wait till we get some more details on what exactly this means because I'm just reading this right now from the headlines off of Twitter. So let's keep that in the backdrop here. But look, I mean, Scott, if there is some meaningful resolution on trade, I mean, I would imagine a stock like Broadcom is going to absolutely love that.
No doubt about it. And in my trade, that what I want to talk about, that was all predicated before this news just came out here. Obviously, that's going to help it. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket with this headline. I think we've kind of seen this story before. However, what I'm looking to do from the option standpoint, Oliver, is I want to sell some really, really expensive premium. The volatility for this week with earnings, as it should be, is very, very high. So what I'm looking to do is I'm selling just a slightly out of the money call, the 305 strike call of this week, but I'm buying next week's 300 strike call. So for option traders, people trying to understand options, this is called a diagonal spread. It's a combination of a bullish call spread, a vertical call spread, because essentially I'm buying the 300 call, selling the 305, but I'm doing it over 1 week. So it combines a vertical and a calendar to make it a diagonal. I can do that for about $3. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to take advantage of the massive amount of extra premium built in this week, but still have some upside bias, upside delta into this trade.
All right, I like it. Scott, Broadcom, diagonal call spread, looking for upside. But Mr. B, before we let you go, let's talk here about the broad market for a sec. We're looking to see how the headlines shake out. The quick response is everything jumps. If we pull up an intraday chart, guys, of the ES or the RUT right now, you're going to see a quick pop to the upside. This is, by the way, after the overnight news that the delay for the next tariffs will be a little bit of an olive branch between sides. Scott, when we are flirting with all-time highs here, if you get this kind of like sentiment rush and just sugar high of something like trade, my question though is, does it also raise the potential for further reversal trend of the past week? Because remember, the reversal we saw here, cyclically oriented companies jumping ahead of momentum, that came on some positive trade news and positive economic data.
Totally agreed with that. Totally agreed. However, you just have to be cautious. Throughout this whole, let's call it 18 months of the trade stuff going on here, if you have faded almost every headline, almost every tweet that we've seen, you've done really well.
Especially at these levels.
That's going to be the case especially at these levels. I'm not saying that's the case right now. I would proceed with caution. I would actually look on any big pop here to buy VIX if it gets hit, to buy some cheap puts in SPY or some other index like that, because you just never know. And with volatility coming down to where it is, volatility is too low to support the moves that we have seen in the marketplace recently.
Yeah, all right. Scott, really good stuff. We got to run though. We got to get back to the ECB discussion because that's the big news of the morning. It's been rallying bonds. Scott Bauer, really good hit here. CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.